Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Farm Manager Blogs, where it is well seen that we're getting ready for silage. It is pouring down rain. It's actually a bit of a break in the rain clouds, but for now it is coming straight down on top of us. This is the first thing that we did. This is what I'm going to nickname the Rain Inducer, because this was pulled out of the other yard, put onto the back of BT's 818, and it started pouring down with rain. So we're parking it under cover. What we're going to be spending a bit of the rest of the day doing is not the best weather in the world. I've sent the guys home. Really, this is not much going on. But we need to get going and getting things ready for silage. Now, what that's going to look like for us, we need to be able to... we're going to take the 946 out now. That's going to go into the mowers this year. Previously, it was the 930. But this is a bit bigger. Not that ever power or anything was going to be a problem with the 930 there, but that's going to go onto one of the trailers. And then this big girl is going to go and pull the mowers around, which I, for one, can't wait to see what that looks like. Because it's just, man, this is a beautiful looking tractor. You can just see the bonnet of the 930 sticking out there. We've also got the 724 in there. Still with the maize drill on. Main reason for that, we haven't been able to finish our game cover crops and the contract game cover crops because of, well, the rain. But yeah, we'll get in. And yeah, I am John, your farm manager. Been stuck, upset talking about the rain there. I forgot to introduce myself. But welcome back along to our farm manager blogs. There we go. Got stuck going backwards for some reason. We're going to head back on over to the other yard. Well, we're going to pick up the triple mowers, the butterfly mowers. They are class. The fella rig there was a little bit of a move away from what we planned with class, but like I say, it was a good deal. We could not really go against it, to be honest. So it saved us well. Last season, we do lease in every year. We lease in a forager, and that is no exception now. A new forager is arriving today, and that's going to be exactly the same kind of principle, really. So it should be good to have a bit of a blast with that, and we're going to actually go and pick it up. So yeah, that should be very nice. Go and see what that looks like. Bring you all on board for the ride there as well. Probably no surprises for guessing where that's coming from, but still, it's always very nice and fun anyway. We've got our own first cut there. We've got about 200 acres to knock down of silage. We're going to be aiming for 3 cuts across the board, with the last one being hay where possible. So we've got a lot to do. But yeah, we'll certainly get ourselves in and around all that. We're in our old yard now. This is the original yard that the estate started with. But it only gets used to store a few bits of equipment now because the other yard's just a bit more practical, really. A little bit bigger. We're going to jump out of here. There's our silage fork to start when you come up. We got a muck spread there as well. There comes a few bits of equipment in here that you can see. So far we've got the old baler, the New Holland there, and we've got our beautiful, beautiful mowers, which are going to look just a treat on the Black Beauty, I'm sure you'll agree. Now that mower we have to pull out actually with a telehandler, so I'm not sure I'm going to get that on. I'm going to have to do a little bit of jiggery pokery with that. It's a little heavy thing, so I'll have to see if I can swing it around enough anyway. But we'll worry about that one. And then yeah, we're going to get this in. Elsewhere in here, there's just a few little bits and pieces. That's our Abbey spreader. We have our own one, and then we usually hire in a second one when we've got a lot of ground to get covered with muck, which we'll be doing in, well, probably course about 3 months' time. And yeah, that's pretty much just it. But yeah, as you see, nice big sheds, plenty of storage space here in the mall. We do have various bits of equipment to bring in from time to time. But yeah, let's get ourselves back into this girl. So how have you been anyway? How are you holding up? I hope everything is wonderful and going well. Or whatever you get, please do let us know down below what you're working on right now. As he says, I've never driven this tractor into this shed before. By heavens, is it tight. And you always have to get used to trying to reconnect a new tractor, really. Find out where its arms are and everything else like that, but I think we'll just get out there and have a look. So we're going to connect this up. I'm going to sort out what's going on over there with that one, and then we'll come back here just a second. So you can see I was just a little bit too far away that time, actually. I couldn't quite see where it was, but we're in. We're just going to lean over here. BTO shaft in, get those cables on there. So you can see where our auxiliaries are as well. So we got a positive and return flow. And that will allow us to get there's a lot of variables on these hydraulics these days for the mowers, a lot more than it used to be. We've got extensions so we can push the mowers out, get a bit of extra width, but then also contract them in when we're on the road so we're not quite so high. And then we've got the floating of each individual mower, and then of course the lift up into the middle as well. All of which we can control on our multiple spool valves here. Up they come, for example, and as you can see, we're just going to slide those guys in. And up we come. Looks wonderful. We were toying between these and Chrome, but ultimately we went for Class, because Class arrived back in the area recently. And just a dealer locale is so important to me. When I have my fleet out in the... Oh god, just a bit too far. When I have my fleet out in the field, if something should go wrong, I want to be able to support them immediately. There we go, which is exactly what Class can offer us, which is great. In this industry, time is very much money, and we can't afford to be down for too long at all. There we go, stop. Now the one issue we might have here is getting this unit out of here, but we're just going to poke the nose straight over there. I think you'll agree though, the colour scheme is quite the perfect match here, so there we go. And we're going to head off back on over to the yard. Take it nice and steady though. There's rain due for most of today, I do believe, on and off, and then a little bit overnight, and then tomorrow all day as well. After that, we've got a good block where it's going to be nice and dry, so that's probably going to be where we're going to try and strike to get our own first cut done. Fielding a few calls at the moment about potential other cuts as well. Get around there. So we'll have to see how that looks. And off we go. I do love the acceleration on this tractor. It is a thing of beauty. When you get it on the open road there, it is incredible. Well, and around the corner as well. Happy days. Perfect stuff. So yeah, other than that, we're kind of, again, at the mercy of the weather here, just trying to improve a little bit. We did get nitrogen down on all of the spring crops that we wanted to, so they're looking good. We just really need to wait to see if it's going to dry up. I mean, this is good for the spring crops to get a bit of a growth, and then they'll be good until we need to get the T3s on there, and probably about 2 to 3 weeks, I should imagine. But yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Swing this around here. I'm just going to bring this back a little bit because we do have to go away in the truck to go and pick up something else. Without getting wet for too long. Looks pretty darn impressive, I think you'll agree, doesn't it? It's absolutely stunning there. We will be seeing a little bit more of that in action over the course of the coming weeks, I should imagine. There, we're definitely going to be taking these out for a bit of a spin, get some ground covered. But yeah, like I say now, I'm going to take a bit of a drive. I'm going to go and see my local dealer, who is loving me and my estate at the moment, because it's, well, we're making the hand over fist for them. We do have to get the silage sides on our trailers there, on the big Brantners, which we'll be doing later on today. Ideally, I might wait until tomorrow morning when I got one of the guys in so they can be on the loader, just so we can, a little bit safer, a little bit easier to do it with more than one person. The actual mechanism to attach them is not very difficult at all, but health and safety would dictate that we should probably have more than just myself doing it, which is obviously something I have to bear in mind an awful lot now. Especially when you have other people working with you or for you, you need to have the safety at your utmost concern and priority. So yeah, we'll see how we get on there. Take a time around the corner. Track's looking quite dry though. But yeah, ultimately we're just waiting for things to start really getting the wriggle on and start growing. We are going to be looking busy towards the back end of the August. In September, that's when harvest is really going to step up for ourselves. There's a little bit of contract work we're going to try and get to go to, which we'll have to wait and see how that one comes together in all honesty. But yeah, it should be good to see. We're gonna go that way. Cattle are looking good though. They're enjoying being outside these days for sure. Nigel's doing a great job looking after them as well, so we don't need to worry too much about that. And up we go. Do need to get the sprayer back out again. I was offered the chance to have a look at the huge big new sprayer, but it's just it's the working capacity is not much bigger than what ours was. The cost of it was absurd. It was so big and expensive, and ultimately, yeah, I just didn't think it would be. It was a worthy step up. Someone would make a great sprayer too if they hadn't just upgraded, but obviously that's something we had done quite recently, so we politely declined on that one. Okay, so we're just going to keep on going through. We're not too far away from our local dealers here now. And we will head on over there and see what he's got waiting for us in store. So this place used to be a John Deere dealer, hence all the signs. It's changed recently. This is our class dealership, as I mentioned. So probably no prizes for guessing. Let's get this parked up here properly. What our forage is going to be. I must be still doing a bit of John Deere. There's an awful lot of John Deere machinery still around. Anyway, I'm gonna run inside here. Oh Lord, it's wet. There we go. Wonderful stuff. And yeah, we're going to wait to see where my manager is here. And we're going to see what we can do. Huge big window there. There's another beautiful looking fence. But I have just seen the vehicle in question. It is a Class Jaguar, obviously. And yeah, this is going to be our chariot for the next, maybe 2.5, I'd say probably 10 weeks to be fair. It's a 940 Jaguar. It's by no means the biggest, but it's plenty big enough for what we're going to be using it for. We always pick up the whole crop header because we have been known ourselves to do a lot of whole crop for our own farm purposes, but also it's when we have this, we want to be able to offer contracted services, and that's a great way to do it. I'm going to rush back inside though, check in with our guy, make sure we can get all the paperwork signed for, get everything I need to do, and then we'll be out of here. So we'll see you in hopefully this just the length of time it takes me to sign the paperwork. Heavens, it won't stop raining. Good lord. Okay, so this is inside one of the newest 940 Jaguars. It's a beautiful machine. I love these Foragers. A lot of similarities with the insides of Alexion. Same ergonomic hand controller, joystick, same display. Controls on the armrest are very similar as well, which is great. Which also means it's very easy for me to jump in and have a play around. What we're going to do though is to switch some lights on there. That's great. Let's let that warm through a little bit. Perfect, and away we go. We do have to remember we do have the table on the back here. But yeah, I do like to get a bit of whole crop as a little bit of a variation on the protein for the cattle. Oh, this one stops quite suddenly. Okay, away we go again. Perfect, and off we go. Always find that the Jaguar is a very nice silent machine there, especially when you're in full throttle. It's a beautiful machine to drive. Up until recently, I would say they were kind of market contenders all on their own, but sure, Crown are coming in and giving them a good old run for their money there now, must be said, which is great for the competition, great for the market. We did have a Crown 1 year, but yeah, I must admit, I've always, we used to get that class shipped in from quite a way away, which is why when they returned to the area, the local salesman reached out to me straight away there. And, well, now we've got class mowers, we've got a class telehandler. We're very close to picking up a class tractor as well if it wasn't for fence. So, yeah, they've done well, that's for sure. Yeah, we'll get this put into the shed where we'll pick it up as soon, and we'll get it out in the field as soon as we can. Really, that'll be the dream. But yeah, ultimately, I'm very excited about this. Cannot wait. It's always weird coming down the lane for the first time in a new combine or forager because you just don't really know how it handles. You got to figure things out. There's different lengths to trailers. You got to get yourself accustomed to. Okay, over on that one. But ultimately, we're on our way. Easy now. I always like being on the forager there. It's the real center of the hub of the operation for silage. You can really control how much, like everything that's going on around you, really. So this is usually the chariot. I'm usually in the combine in the about 60% of the time in the combine. Split that with Derek a bit these days because I have to come back and look after the dryer and things like that. But for the forager, it's me 100% of the time there, which is always good. Look, there goes the train. Go. That yard's going to be full of equipment that we can't really get on and use at the moment. It's just too wet and miserable. But that's another issue for us at a different time. And we'll get there eventually, I'm sure. A lot of wipers on this. On that side, on that side. Oh, a lot of branches as well. A lot of bouncing. Alright, so we're going to try and figure out where we can get this snuck away. Get this parked up for the day. It's probably just going to have to go around the far corner there as well. Alright then, let's see where we can get this stuck away. Turn off the lights up there. That fence does look blooming nice from up here, let me tell you. Okay, so we're just going to square this up in the corner. We'll probably leave this video here for now, I should imagine. Simulation for Nation probably tied this one all up, but I've been John. We are all getting ready for silage, which should be coming soon for us here in Northumberland. So I hope to see you soon, and we'll keep you up to date with everything that's going on there. For next time, though, thank you ever so much for watching. Have yourself a great rest of the day. Enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.